Hello everyone.
Alright, so right now I kinda have to make this video because tomorrow I will have a problem. Alright, so I'm working on this video called Bon Voyage, and at some point I was like, yeah, if I don't say it in the song, what does it have to do with Bon Voyage, right? I started thinking about creating a video clip and I was like, maybe I should sing it. And at some point in the bass line, I will explain this later or before, I don't know, I started hearing the words Bon Voyage, Bon Voyage. I'm not drunk, hell no, but yeah, it's French, so doesn't that explains it. Now the problem is, if I'm gonna sing something in this video with some kind of a weird outfit and my hair all messed up, I kinda need this. And subconsciously, I am making it impossible for myself to not finish this video. I'm giving myself a fictional deadline. Because, believe it or not, I just made an appointment with to have a haircut. Tomorrow, which is Friday the fucking 13th. It's Friday the 13th tomorrow and I'm having a haircut while I need my hair for this video. You know, it's usually way shorter. Right now I need this. So, well, I guess we better record the video then. I know the lyrics, they are very complex. So, basically, let's create some kind of a set so it looks good on video. So over there, I have this like treated wall, which is bullshit, but it looks cool. I used to have only one side, but I figured let's do the other one for symmetrical reasons. Yeah, and I got the mic here, but it looks kinda official. Now I need to find some kind of a weird outfit that would explain why I'm behaving like an idiot. Then I'm also gonna need headphones to hear the music without having it go through the microphone. If I record myself with the speakers on, then the recording won't be very clean. And once you start doing compression and reverb and processing that low volume of your speakers is really gonna mess it up. So that's why when people record vocals, they have headphones. So you only record the voice. Yeah, shit. Let's do that now. So I found the headphones, the Biodynamics, and we have a little bit of a problem. Because you see, this is a really tiny jack, and in the interface over there, it's a big one. But this one has some kind of screw thing on it. Here's a little piece of advice. Buy a box. Buy a tiny box. Why? To keep those things in. So right here, next to my dog's toy, there's a little tiny box. And maybe, yep, the right one is in here. Fuck off. For real? I was not even sure. It's not the same because it doesn't screw. We're gonna have to look a bit more. Let's find one of those cheap ones, you know. It's not really important for the recording, I just have to hear the sound. What about you? Alright, now we have a new problem, because, let me show you. The microphone, I was planning to do it here, because there's some space, and the microphone's over here, and the interface is over there. So I'm gonna run out of wire for the headphones. Yeah. What? So I might have to do it here. We're gonna have to find a way to make it look cool. And so that I have a little bit of space so I can behave like an idiot. So I just basically removed it so I can hold it, which is not how this microphone is meant to work, but there's something beneath it or underneath it, so let's use it like a stand. So it'll be something like this. Let's make sure we don't hurt it. Bon Voyage. Yeah, it sounds stupid, right? But it's fun. Bon Voyage. Hello, everyone. So I already sound very Dutch for someone who's talking in English. So, yeah, if we don't sound like a proper English guy, we might as well go French. Bon voyage. I'm really curious about the end result because these plans are pretty crazy. Bon voyage. Yeah, let's undo my hair and find a jacket and maybe a cable. Yeah. By the way, here's another piece of advice. Whenever someone asks you, hey, do you have this cable? And you have that cable and you say to that person, hey, yeah, sure, here, you can have it. That's how you lose them. Crap. Because I remember just a case where I sold 2 speakers with 2 brand new XLR cables. And now I'm out. Oh, I did find one. Shit. Now what? Now we have to look in the other boxes. So, I actually found this thing over here. Which was extremely cheap, and I don't know what brand or if it even has one, but you know, it makes light, which we can use for a dramatic effect or something. And yes, this one will get its own video. It's quite something. Let's make something of let's make updates. I love it when they cut off my video. Let's make a little set or something here. Maybe we can put that thing on its side, turn it on, so we have blinking lights. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. What can we do? Now, from here, I'm just gonna switch to the full thing, because otherwise the video might take too long, and I'm just distracting myself. Still haven't found an XLR cable. So we might have to unwrap this one. I don't care, I'm just gonna make sure this video gets completed, gets finished. Sometimes you just have to finish something. You know, inspiration is not some magical word that comes out of someone's ass. Inspiration comes from somewhere. You pick a topic and you make it basically the center of your focus, and you start building things around it. So you are creating something of meaning that didn't exist yesterday. However, other opportunities will pop up and you will probably in time lose that specific inspiration. So I believe it is best to finish something quickly. Stuff like mixing, mastering and all that kind of things you can do later. But as long as the concept, the context, the ID, the information of your video is fresh, make sure it's in there. You don't want to miss out. XLR cable. By the way, I'm breathing very heavily. That's because I'm running up and down the stairs every time I press record. So when I stop recording the video, it's not because I'm dying or some shit. Alright. Fuck. XLR cable. Yeah, I need a little break. Let's get something to drink. It's been a while. It's almost real. Next time it'll be apple juice out of a glass. It's basically the same thing, right? If I just let it rot, it becomes wine. I can run a little experiment. I'll just leave this one in the fridge for about a couple of weeks, opened, and then it will magically become wine. It should work like that, right? Because the sugar becomes alcohol. But right now, it's grape juice. Now let's confuse some people on WhatsApp by taking a picture. So this is how a recording session looks. Bon Voyage! Yeah, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Nope. Yeah, this isn't working out so far. Yeah, let's go blue screen. Yeah, if we can't have a nice background here, because it looks weird, we might have to go without the background. Whee! Bon voyage! Bon voyage! Warming up. Bon voyage. Alright. Let's grab it like this. Bon voyage! Bon voyage! I'm gonna try everything. Nou, dat het iets beter dan kut wordt. Oh. Oh ja. Nou, dit wordt kut. Bon voyage. Bon voyage. Scooter. Oh, kut is dit, hé. Oh. Bon voyage. Alright, so it's been a couple of days, possibly a week, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. I am strangely keeping track of time. However, this is the recording I made in that awkward video. The blue one. That's the full audio cut reference. So, because I also recorded the audio from the video, because I'm gonna use the video in the video. Yeah, I'm gonna use the recording of myself singing into the microphone in the video for some cool shots, maybe. It would make sense to have the corresponding audio in there. Now, the audio might not be as good as I want, but it is a great guideline because I've done multiple expressions, multiple lengths, from going Bon Voyage to Bon Voyage. Damn it. Yeah, so those are different lengths, different rhythms, and I kind of want to make sure that it works with the song. So this is what I did. The blue one is the recording, exported from Audacity to FL Studio. Then the red one is nope. So those are the takes I really don't like. And then the green ones are, yep, so the ones I do like. And so by using these ones, I'm gonna basically build a little bit on the MP3 of the track right now to figure out some kind of vocal structure. And this is before any processing. This is just basically what works best if this is all we have. Yeah, I know myself and I know my tools. Yeah, so this is maybe a bit crazy, but these are my mixing plugins and I know how to use all of them. Yeah, so you can pretty much trust me that I can make a fart an emotional trumpet. The thing is, I would process it so well that you wouldn't know it was a fart, and then you tell it at the end and you're an asshole. So right now I'm just gonna fiddle around a little bit. Yeah, And I'm gonna leave everything where it is. So if I want to use this clip, I'm not gonna drag it, I'm gonna clone it. So once I figured something out, it will be very easy for me to trace back where in the video, from start to finish, I did this, for example. So right here, I'm using this sample. Now I'm editing the video, and it's this one. So it must be somewhere here in the video recording where I should pick my sample. And once there's a track over here, covering the full song, I'm gonna throw it into new tone. And to maybe make it a bit more musical, I also want to split it into 2 layers of vocals. So one where I go Bon Voyage, whoa, that is accurate. Where I go very melodical, auto-tuney, and another one where it's completely turned off and I go Bon Voyage, something. So 2 different, separate mixed vocals. So basically 2 layers. Yeah, maybe add some harmonies later. But I can also do that with a vocoder, so I can do many things. Yeah, maybe a vocoder, now that I think of it. Alright. So, yeah. I was actually planning on deleting this video, because I just wanted to focus on the track first and the bloody presets, because that's the point. But yeah, this is interesting stuff, isn't it? Alright, so I'm starting to feel this really is a usable tutorial, because here's the thing about vocals. You see this empty space right here? Yeah, that's right, no vocals there. I remember this from when I was working on Resurrection, and I released the vocals, and I believe there was this remix contest, and some of the tracks really overused the vocal, and I now know why that is a problem, because it distracts you from the rest of the song. So, yeah, it's like eating ice cream. If you really like eating ice cream, you want to do it every day, don't you? But if you start doing it every day, it loses its meaning, and perhaps you don't even like ice cream anymore after a while. Then, if you haven't had ice cream for a year, maybe 2 years, 3 years, you remind yourself, hey, let's have some ice cream. And it's like, whoa, what the hell is this? This is the best fucking shit I ever. That's basically my point. Sometimes less is more, meaning there's nothing here. So when it returns, it'll have value. And now I'm starting to think about certain articulations of this horrible vocal where it should fit best. So I start pretty offbeat. This is where the vocal starts coming in. Bon Voyage, Bon Voyage, Bon Voyage. Now, of course, this sounds like crap right now, but this is a little bit of hyping up, and you're like, oh, right, something is coming. You might definitely, most people are not gonna like the vocal even processed, but then the kick comes in, and you're like, hey, a kick, finally, and there's no vocal. So the tension is basically rewarded by not having a vocal here. And then here, the pan flute starts. I'm thinking about maybe not doing anything main here with the vocal. From here. The notes. This does remind me of that Scooter remix. Everything I do comes from somewhere. Originality might not always mean what we believe it should mean, We literally cannot use things we have never seen or heard before. It makes sense to only start making music when you have listened to music for a while and liked it. Now, and then you start using the things you like. So I'd say if you want to have more variation in your songs, start listening to different kinds of music. I am actually gonna do this. I want to go to an opera this year because I've never been to one, so I can't say shit about it. Now, Then we get here, the pan flute starts. Not necessarily sure what to do there. I think we're just gonna give it the pan flute solo, maybe do some fancy visuals. Then here, there's a lot of break. There's a lot of it. I should shorten it, but then the track starts to sound rushed. So I want to do something with the Bon Voyage vocal, maybe do some vocoder stuff there. So then we have a main Bon Voyage vocal, and we have a whisper one, Bon Voyage, and we have a vocoder style one. And right here, I want to use more of those articulations where towards the end, I really give it all, and then it stops, because the song's over. Yeah, I don't believe this is a bad way to look at a song. I actually think that I might have some really interesting stuff for upcoming tutorials. This is kind of becoming one already. Alright, so it's a bit later. It's way later, hours later. It's pretty much evening now. Yeah, and this is what I have. So I took a long time to do this, but yeah, I was making sure I was making the right decisions. Okay, so right here, as you can see in the sample, that's the first Bon Voyage thing. And the first time it's happening, it's during the snare build-up. So right here, I copy-pasted it because there is another snare build-up. And I kept the same sample actually, because it's a good sample and it didn't bother me too much. Now right here it repeats again, and as you can see, it's a different sample. So a different take. So when you listen to it, hey, this is new, so it's still new. I'm going really far with this. Alright, so, well, I've done the new tone thing. So it used to sound like this. Bon voyage, bon voyage. And now it sounds like this. Bon voyage, bon voyage. Bon voyage. Which is still horrible probably, but it fits better with the track. We grab the vocal, then we put the vocal in the right spots in the song based on expression. Then I new-toned it so it sounds like the auto-tune sound. And then I recreated the MIDI for all the parts of the vocal with the exact same rhythm. So now I have this MIDI and the track. I can turn off the vocal and I can kind of figure out if I can make chords with this. And then I'm gonna split all the layers of those chords again, go back to new tone, and that's how I make vocoders. Yeah, I don't know, I don't like the easy way sometimes. So this is the part where you might start to believe that I'm a bit crazy. Because this probably sounds like shit to most of you. But this is a little Sylenth1 in its sketch on the rhythm of the vocal. How it could sound like a vocoder I manually make. And it's very low, it's very phasing, but I can literally hear the potential of this. So I could have just picked a piano or some cool sound, but if you just grab a bad sound and make it sound good anyway, then maybe you're onto something. Like this. This must work, you know? Because right now there are two videos at risk. This one, I mean, what's the point of explaining a vocal in a track if I don't upload the track? And the other one with the track. This better work. Alright, so I finally got what I'm looking for. It's still evening. Alright, okay. It's about maybe 4 hours late. I'm not 2, maybe 3 hours. Who cares? So this sounds exactly, perhaps even better than I had in mind. However, I have some cleaning up to do. Now I cut away all the other parts because they were just messing around, and the vocal is a bit weird, so it's not bad to make it repetitive. Yeah, so this right here Needs some cleaning up, but it sounds pretty cool.
Bon Voyage! Bon Voyage! Bon Voyage!
Yeah, so I think the compressor and the distortion kind of put the S's, the ps, yeah, sounds a bit up too much, but we can do that with a fader maybe. Yeah, so this is where this is where the tutorial ends. Because I don't believe it's gonna take long before I'm into the end result, so yeah. I hope you learned something from this. I did. This was an interesting project to promote 11 presets. Yeah, subscribe. Don't forget. Yeah, if you want to see more of this crap, subscribe. Bye.